off, so you get there in plenty enough time to be able to do that.
Some horses you don't want to warm up because they're so excited already. Warming up will just jazz them more.
So what's
Yeah.
the typical size of a hunt property?
10,000? 7,500?
Yeah, some of them. I mean, they vary. I mean, the bigger the better. I mean, it would be nice. What we do find is when I'm the only one hunting the hounds, and I have, like we touched on earlier, people call whippers in to help me control them. They're basically there to back up any commands that I do. I control the hounds with my voice or the hunting horn. I can't use my hunting horn today, so I've got some pups over there, so I don't want to disturb the bitch. But, so we use the hunting horn to control the hounds, obviously, because that carries a lot further than my voice. And if the hounds don't respond to that, then I've got people out there, hopefully, in the right place to be able to push, hounds back or turn them. But we find a lot of the time, because we're hunting on specific properties, and the coyotes know it every time. They know where that boundary fence is. Shoot
I
straight
swear
through
to
that
God, they know.
and gone. For us to actually catch something is pretty rare. I do tell people that it can happen, but generally a healthy coyote, it's pretty impossible. But if we do, that's something that I'm involved in. That's not something you guys will get involved in. The field master at that point will just back you off out of the way. But it can happen. So just be prepared for that. I mean, it might only happen once a year, which is pretty.
Or wild pig.
Right, yeah.
They hunt pigs
we do
too?
hunt the pigs as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Which we get a bit
The
excited.
landowners are thrilled when
I mean, a lot of the time
it's
it's more dispersing them when we're
Right.
There's
chasing them
pigs
off.
at our barn,
Yeah.
and they'll get it attacked.
Oh, they're nasty.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
And they're smart.
They're scary.
Yeah.
We
They
try
shoot
not to
them when
hunt
they come
cows.
down.
That's one of the things we have to be
Property.
careful of, because they're mainly cattle ranches that we're on. When you're going through the field, you've got to be careful that you don't spook the cows and get them running. And again, shutting the gates, because there's nothing that's going to get you kicked off a ranch quicker than leaving a gate open. So.
Well, what he's talking about is the saw, and this is always true. You always leave it the way you found it.
Yeah.
You open the gate, you close the gate. If the gate was open, you leave it open.
But you don't automatically think that the group behind you is going to shut that gate. You'll hear people shouting, "Gate, please," and that's an indication to say, make sure this gate gets shut.
If you're the last in line, you got to close the gate. If
Which is generally Gil who ends up
Yes.
being the last person in line. He's the one shutting the gate.
Yeah, that's fine. It got closed, that's what counts. So do we have some other questions? I have a question for Matthew. What's the difference between like an American foxhound and an English foxhound? What's that all about?
There's the body type is different. An English hound is more drafty, like comparison to horses, and an American hound is more thoroughbred like. We find that the American hounds here are too fast for us, so we breed. We bred the two together, which gives us a sort of 3/4 bred.
It's like horse breeding.
It's exactly
Yeah.
the
Oh,
same
they'll
thing,
run too fast. Oh, they'll draft too fast.
Running
But then,
quarter horse.
it's exactly the same thing. I mean, we breed, so we combine the two, and then they each have different hunting abilities. So hopefully, if you combine the two, it makes a difference. You can get what you want in between. It doesn't always work.
So what's all that thing about when you blow your horn, you have different signals?
Mm-hmm.
That's to the staff?
Some are to the staff, some are, I can't do it because I don't want to disturb stuff, but mainly for the hounds. And then I have some calls that I use for the staff. But you'll soon get to learn when you come out hunting what calls are what. Certainly when I blow "Gone Away," it's a real rallying call, and that at that point that we're off, we're off and running. Something's going to happen. I don't use the horn too much. We don't need to, because obviously if I'm out there blowing a trumpet all day, everything's going to disappear. So that's the main reason we use that. I say I have a whip that I use.
Yeah, that was my next one. What do you use the whip for?
Controlling the hounds, because especially when I walk, like when we're going along with, if I've got hounds under my horse, I can just put my whip down to get the hounds away. And if I want the hounds to move left or right, I can just hold my whip out, either way. And the other thing we do, is we'll crack the whip. Now, a lot of people think we beat the hounds with them. I mean, in early training stages, that may happen.
And sometimes novice whipper-ins like moi sit there and they think cracking the whip is really cool.
And it's really just
Want to use mine?
the reason we crack the whip is to get the hounds to lift their heads, just to pay attention. It's just the same as you with your dog on the lead, yanking the leash. You know, to, oh, you know, come on, listen. It's exactly the same thing. Obviously, we haven't got them on the end of anything, so we're using this to, you know, control them. I mean, the other thing is it's just a handy tool. You know, you can open gates and stuff like that. I use a white whip because I'm a professional. You won't see anyone else out there with a white whip.
No, I don't know if it's an actual protocol or not, but I've never seen anybody with a white whip other than huntsmen and staff.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of
Well,
one of those unwritten rules.
Yeah, you won't see staff do with it either because there's no professional staff.
Yeah.
So the dogs just respond to you holding the whip out.
Yeah, right, yeah. And you tell them to get over it.
It's like when you're riding your horse and you hold the crop out. Half the 78% of the time you don't need it.
Well,
They just them
learn.
seeing it in your
You hold
hand.
it out, and if they don't, you flick it, and if you don't, you tap them with it. You know, and we need them to be able to move like that because if we're going along a road and a car or something comes along, we need them to respect. You know, you hold your lash out. The other thing, you always want to hold it out on the outside. I miss that for the whips, which I need a left and a right-handed whip. You always hold your whip out on the outside of the pack because if you hold it on the inside, you'll split the house. Which is hard because we all ride with one hand or the other
And
hand.
I think I'm the only left-hander out there too.
Yeah, so. And then Gil's not there to help me out.
Yeah, okay.
So, should we go over? Do you want to go over? Nitpick. This one here, she hasn't started hunting yet. They're generally a year old before they start hunting, because obviously they need time to mature and grow. And then their first year that they hunt, you don't really expect too much out of them. They're just going along with the flow. So it takes 2-3 years before you really know what you have. So it takes quite a while. Come on, boys.
Oh my god.
Come on. Coming in.
That's so cute.
There you see the dog hound's a bit bigger. Come on, boys.
Nobody has treats. No.
So funny. Oh my god. I've never seen so many dogs. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so. Hey, Anu, how are you?
Well, you're shaggy.
Oh my god. This is so funny.
Oh my lord.
That is so cool. It's like a school.
Wiry hair.
Oh,
He and his sister. They're otter hound crosses. That's why they're otter. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I just have the two of them.
How do you call them? Like, how do you call them for the field? They're all over.
How do I call them?
Well, they move in a pack, so.
Oh, I've got trailer. They go in. The hounds go in the front half of the trailer and the horses go in the back.
Really?
The horses have to be pretty good loaded. Hey, sit down. They've all got names.
Wow. You can tell them all apart. Oh
Well,
my
I've bred
God.
most of them. Right.
Wow. That's so cute. That's so cool. Look at you guys.
All right. Oh my.
No, I mean, because they're out with the general public.